Hello viewers. Let's talk about the Indian feminism or the question answer about it. Now the first question, who among the following started the first school for girls in the Indian subcontinent? The options are Savitribai Phule, Tarabai Shinde, Pandita Ramabai, Kittur Ki Rani Channamma. So the correct answer is Savitribai Phule. Next. Who is the feminist academic who wrote the writing caste, writing gender, reading Dalit literature or the testimonies? Now the options are Nandini Sahu, Nivedita Menon, Sharmila Rege, Rajeshwari, Sundar Rajan. So the feminist academic who wrote the writing caste and gender, the name is Sharmila Rege. Now question number next. Real and imagined women, gender, culture and post-colonialism deal with the sati, rape and wife murderer. Who is the author? So here the correct option is option number 4, Rajeshwari Sundar Rajan. Next, which feminist activist and professor who passed away on 25 September 2021 chanted Azadi, the slogan of freedom in 1991 at Women's Studies Conference, Jadavpur University? So the correct option is Kamla Bhasin. Kamla Bhasin. Next question. Urvashi Bhutalia's The Other Side of Silence is a study of trauma related to gender violence, partition, class and caste discrimination, or subalternity. So, The Other Side of Silence, which was published in 1998, it is a study related to trauma. So, it was related about the partition. Now, women writing in 600 BC present is a massive compli- compilation in two volumes published by OUP and edited by. So it is the Tharu and K. Lolitha. Next, Sociology of Gender, the Challenge of Feminist Sociological Thought, 2003. It is a work that addressed the marginalization of feminist thought in mainstream academia. Who is the Pune based editor? So Malarshi Lal, Nivedita Menon, Sharmila Rege or Rajeshri Sundar. So it is a Sharmila Rege. Who argued in feminism is a for everybody that if people know more about feminism and feminist history, then they would no longer fear it. So it is by the Bell Hooks. Next, Staying Alive, Women, Ecology and Survival in India, 1988. It is a pioneering work of ecofeminism by Vandana Shiva. It is by Vandana Shiva, Staying Alive, Women, Ecology and Survival in India. Now, who wrote the lines? Sometime I think that nothing that ever come into this house goes out. So these lines written by the in the poetry of A.K. Ramanujan. Which of the following is not a reward the speaker want from God in the poem? That Gordon by S. or the Sarojini Naidu. That is the rapture of nature. Now, about which of these saints has A.K. Ramanujan written a major poem? So the A.K. Ramanujan written a major poem of Alam Prabhu. Who wrote the poem Fire Hymn, where he is asking forgiveness of the fire? So the poem Fire Hymn, which is written by K.K.N. Daruwala, who in a famous poem asks, can the fire of hunger to be turned into poetry? So it is a famous line, can the fire of hunger to be turned into poetry? So it is written by Marathi writer, Dalit writer Namdev Tasal, who in his protest against the disgusting social conditions of India wondered whether to be or not to be born in this land. Now, who is the protest against the disgusting social condition of India wondered whether to be or not to be born in this land. So it is a famous by the written by the L.S. Rokde. Which poem by Kamala Das begin thus? Getting a man to love you is easy. So it is which poem of the Kamala Das begins with the mirror. Now, next in Jejuri, Arun Kolatkar says about dash he popped a stone in his mouth and spat out gods. So it is a Chaitanya. The faint Starlight rolls restly on the mat. These women talking outside have cloud passing across their eyes. Always there is a moon that is taking me somewhere. Opening line of which poem? So it is the faint starlight rolls restlessly on the mat. So those women talking outside have clouds passing across their eyes. It is a famous opening line, the poem written by Jayanta Mahapatra, The Moon Moment. Which of these plays has Muslim Dhobi Aziz disguised a Brahmin Vishnu Prasad as a principal character? So it is a Tughlaq. Tughlaq written by the Girish Karnad. Old man, God, what this country coming to? Old man, God, what's this country coming to? Young man, what are you worried about, grandfather? The country is in perfectly safe hands, safer than you have been seen before. This conversation occurs in the opening line of which drama? So it is the opening line of Tughlaq written by the Girish Karnad. Which of these writers has not written any work based on the Baswanna, the 12th century reformer and leader of Lingayatism? So it is a writer which is written any work based on the Baswanna, that is among the A.K. Ramanujan, Girish Karnar, Geeta Hariharan, and Manjula. So A.K. Ramanujan, who is speaking about the Shiva, Girish Karnar, Taleganda, and Geeta Hariharan in times of siege. But the answer is Manjula Padmanabhan. Who of the following is a character in Manjula Padmanabhan's Harvest? So the Virgil, it is a character occur in the Padmanabhan's Harvest. Charudatta and Vasant Sena are the central character in which play? So the Charudatta and Vasant Sena are the central character in the Shudrak written by the Mrchakratika. Okay, Mrchakratika इसमें ये मेन कैरेक्टर अक्योर होते हैं. देन शर्मिष्ठा एंड देवयानी आर द कैरेक्टर. तो शर्मिष्ठा और देवयानी ये जो कैरेक्टर है ये फेमस ययाति इस ड्रामा में आते हैं. ययाति एक मराठी में भी काइंड ऑफ ए नॉवल है written by the Visa Khandekar, and the Yayati which is written by the Girish Karnad, and the Sharmishta and Devani main character appears in it. Who wrote the introduction to the 1970 edition of All About H. Hatter, a highly unconventional novel that influenced Midnight Children? So ये J.V. Dashani, that is who wrote the introduction का लिखा हुआ J.V. Dashani का लिखा हुआ H. Hatter famous work है. और who wrote the introduction to the 1970 edition? 1970 का edition जो है उसका introduction जो है highly unconventional माना जाता है. तो किसने लिखा है? So Anthony Burgess. Daisy, a young woman involved in family planning campaign, is a character in. So Daisy एक young woman का character family campaign में शामिल है. ये किस में आता है? So the painter of sign में आता है. Who of the following wrote the story of young college educated girl of Bombay who marries the son of ex-prime minister of the former princely state of Mewar? Now listen carefully. Who of the following wrote the story of young college educated girl of Bombay जिसकी शादी हो जाती है एक्स प्राइम मिनिस्टर के फॉर्मरली प्रिंस स्टेट के मेवार के प्रिंस के साथ? सो इट इज़ रिटन बाय रमा मेहता ये जो स्टोरी, और इनसाइड द हवेली इसमें आता है. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज ट्रू अबाउट द नॉवेल संस्कारा? सो नॉवेल संस्कारा, सो which sentence is true about it? So the death of the Pranashcharya is the central issue in the novel. Chandri is his wife who is desperate to buy the dead body. Ahmed Bari, a fish merchant, buries the dead body. The novel centers on holy man's dilemma. So which among it's true? So yes, of course, यहाँ पे Ahmed Bari, a fish merchant, buries the dead body. It's a correct. The novel center on the holy man's dilemma. It is also the correct. Okay. पर यहाँ पे जो सेंट्रल इशू है डेथ का वो नरनप के साथ होता है. सो यहाँ का थर्ड एंड फोर्थ करेक्ट हो जाएगा. विच नॉवेल टेल्स द स्टोरी ऑफ थ्री सिबलिंग्स मोनिशा, निरोध एंड आमला, एंड मोनिशा बर्निंग हरसेल्फ अलाइव इन द बाथरूम एट द एंड? So it is the story of vices in the city. Paradise pickles, which symbolizes preservation of memories, occur in. ये आती है द गॉड ऑफ स्मॉल थिंग्स, वेरी वेरी फेमस वर्क ऑफ अरुंधति राय, that is Esther, Rahel, and Ammu, the main character of it, who asserted, "We cannot write like the English, we should not, we can write only as the Indians." So it is asserted by the Raja Rao in the preface of Krantapura. He said, "We cannot write like the English, we should not, we can write only as the Indian." Veermati, who rebels against her mother Kasturi, is the central character of Vishnu. So very famous novel Manju Kapoor ka hai. Veermati, who rebels against her mother Kasturi, it is the central character of Manju Kapoor's novel. So you should tell me the name of that novel. Manju Kapoor ka Difficult Daughters, very very famous novel hai. A tannery, which is a symbol of modernity, reforms a village environmentally and economically. This happens in, so it's happened in Nectar इन द शिव, कमला मार्कंडे का फेमस वर्क है. रुक्मिणी इसमें कैरेक्टर होता है.